Hi everybody, thank you for watching. So today's video is going to be the used and abused makeup tag. I had a couple of my subscribers refer me to Nicole Renee Cutler's video. I believe she started the used and abused makeup tag, so I'll have her video linked down below. But thank you so much to everybody who sent me this video and asked if I would do it. That is what we're going to be doing today, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of at first was like, I don't think I can do it, because I watched Nicole's video. Of course, I am a subscriber to her, so I had seen the video, and then I watched some other people doing the tag as well, and I just thought, I don't really like abuse my makeup. You know how some people say they like go ham on their makeup, or they're like an animal with their makeup? Like I am just not that way. I'm super light-handed. I'm like very gentle with my makeup, so I was like, could I even do this? Like am I even going to be able to participate in this? But I went through my collection and I think I found a few things that hopefully you'll be able to tell that I have really used and abused these makeup products. So the tag is basically just all about items that we love, that we constantly use, and that you can tell have been used and have been loved. So that is what I'm going to be showing you today from my makeup collection. So before we get started, I want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy seeing the makeup that I absolutely love and adore and I'm constantly using. I do upload a video every single day right now, which is a lot of fun. So if you enjoy daily content about makeup and beauty, I hope that you will consider hitting the subscribe button. My 20K giveaway for both YouTube and Instagram is going on right now. A ton of makeup prizes are up for grabs, so those will also be linked in my description box if you want to get entered. But why don't we go ahead and get started with the used and abused makeup tag. So I do have a couple of drugstore foundations here that I feel like you can tell I have really loved on. The first one is from Maybelline. It's their Superstay Better Skin Foundation. Like, I mean, I feel like that bottle is just not even cute. I mean, can you tell that I have loved on this foundation and that I have used it a ton? This is going to be in an empties video real soon because I use this foundation all the time, and when I first started wearing this, I just couldn't stop. I really love it. I actually went out and bought the Better Skin Concealer and the Better Skin Powder because of how much I love this foundation, so this has been through some times with me. Another drugstore foundation that has been very well loved is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. These poor bottles have just been through so much. I mean, look at those, like, yeah, this is another one of my favorite. Like, this might be my all-time favorite drugstore foundation. I love the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. Again, this one will probably be in an empties video very soon along with the Maybelline one, and I would have to rebuy both because I love them. So these foundations have been very loved on. A powder that I absolutely adore, and I've gone through many of these as well, I've talked about them a lot, is from Pure Cosmetics. It is their 4-in-1 pressed mineral powder. I mean, yeah, you can tell that I go through this guy a lot. I already have a backup on hand because it's one of my favorite powders. I've been reaching for it so much in the summer as well. When I don't want to wear heavy foundation, I reach for my Pure powder. So I feel like I have quite a few eyeshadows that I could show, and even some eyeshadow palettes, but I have two Colourpop single shadows here. These are their Super Shock shadows. This one is Puppy Love, which I know is been discontinued. I mean, Colourpop discontinues like crazy, but this one got discontinued pretty quickly because it was a collaboration with a no-kill animal shelter in LA, so it was only around for a bit, but you can see that I hit pan in it. I loved this for all over lid. I loved it as a highlight, like cheekbone highlight, brow bone highlight, everything. I loved Puppy Love so much, and the proceeds went to a good cause, so this was one of my favorite shadows. And then the other one that I used so much from Colourpop is Mixed Tape, and you can tell that I hit pan pretty good on that one too. And I mean, it's just, yeah, I use this one a ton. It was a really pretty like purple iridescent shade, and I would put it all over my lid and call it a day, really. I used this one so much. These two from Colourpop, Mixed Tape and Puppy Love, got a lot of love from me. I do have a Z palette here, and it is filled with some of my Makeup Geek shadows, but I feel like even from just the palette, you can see like how dirty it is. These two are new additions, but the other, 7 shades have been in there for a very long time. And if I go like this and look at the palette, I can tell that Peach Smoothie, Crème Brulee, Cocoa Bear, and Shimma have been very, very abused by moi. Those are some of my 4 favorite shades from Makeup Geek. I've had this Z palette for probably 3 years, I would say, maybe even over 3 years, and I have used those 4 shades in particular so much. Some of my favorite shades, and I think these might all be in my Instagram giveaway, the 4 that I just named. I feel like those might be the 4 Makeup Geeks shadows that are in my Instagram giveaway right now. But yeah, this little Z palette has been through a lot with me. Those 4 shades in particular from Makeup Geek, we've been through a lot. More eyeshadows. One is from Tarte Cosmetics and it was in collaboration with Styled by Hrush. If you are not new to my channel, you like have to know how much I love this palette because it has been featured and mentioned in so many videos. But I love this palette, and again, it's like one of those that if I go like this, I can see the shades that I have just been like ride or die for. Smitten, the top middle one, definitely. And then Vamp, I'm surprised I have not hit pan on Vamp yet. There's a huge dent in the middle of that shade, but those two especially I absolutely adore. But this palette is so nice and travel friendly. It has the blush, it has the mirror. I take this with me so often. It is such a good travel palette. But yeah, I was like addicted to this palette when I first bought it, and I still really love it. So another palette, I wasn't sure if you'd be able to like really tell. I mean, the outside is still pretty clean, which makes me pretty happy. But of course, this is the Modern Renaissance from Anastasia. But I wasn't sure if you'd be able to tell from the inside like how dirty it is on camera. But there's definitely, not dirty, but you know, there's like the shadow fallout in a lot of different places. But there's also a lot of shades in here that have been very loved on. Primavera, I think, is the most loved shade from this palette. But Raw Sienna, Burnt Orange, and then also this Bun Fresco, that's like one of my favorite shades. I think it is so beautiful. And I just, when I reached for this palette, I was reaching for that shade so much to create like a really pretty mauve, like romantic look. I think I even did a tutorial like last year with this palette on that type of look, but I love those shades too. But this is another palette that I chose to feature in the used and abused tag because I take it traveling with me so much. Like, this is just a palette that I don't want to be without. I want it with me because I feel like it has such a good selection, because we have like the neutrals and the mattes and the shimmers over here. But if I would ever want a fun pop of color or even just a, you know, darker smoky eye look, I can get it all from this palette. So I just love it. I mean, I had to include it because it's just one of my favorite palettes. Another palette that has been used, and I feel like this one has definitely been abused by me, is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I love this palette. It's up for grabs in my 20K YouTube giveaway. But this poor palette, I feel like, has been through so much. And again, I don't know if you'll really be able to tell on camera, but it is super dirty. A lot of the shades have big dents in them, but also I feel like it has been abused because I have stuck my finger in so many of these shades. This one has my finger mark in it. This one has my finger mark in it. This has my finger mark in it. Oh, this one has my finger mark in it. I'm like, this poor palette. I don't know what it is when I open it up that I just immediately stick my finger in it. But I have had this palette for so long. It was one of my very first high-end, and I just did it again. I just stuck my finger in the... I don't know what it is about this palette. Like, it wants me to abuse it. I do not understand. I'm going to close it before any other shades get hurt. But this palette was one of my first high-end palettes that I bought because everybody on YouTube was raving about it, and it was one of my favorites. I recommend this all the time, and it's definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. Last two eyeshadow palettes are both from Morphe brushes. You guys know that I really love my Morphe palettes. So this first one is the 350, which this one has like a cult following on YouTube and Instagram. Again, I don't know if you can tell how much I've loved on them, especially this shimmer shade right here. It has a bunch of like crazy fallout around it. This one has my fingernails in it, as always, because that is what I do. This one has my fingernail, like, why do my fingers get in all of these palettes? But I love it. It is a super dirty palette, and it's so funny because my mom is up here visiting from Alabama. I live in Iowa, and we were going through my office last night, and she was looking through some makeup, and she opened this up, and her little response was, "Oh, you must use that one a lot." I was like, yep, that one has definitely been through some love. But then she opened this one, she goes, "Oh, you use this one even more, huh?" This one is the 35T from Morphe. This was my first Morphe brushes palette. I could never get the 350 because it was always out of stock. So I settled for the 35T and fell in love with this palette. Again, I don't know if you can tell how dirty it is, but or if you can tell just how many shades are used. Like, not even that there's like one shade primarily that I use. There is, I mean, there's very few shades that you can't see brush marks in, because I have loved on this palette so much. When I first got it, it was when I was, you know, first getting into makeup, and I didn't have quite the collection that I do now, and this was like This was like my jam. I love this palette so much. This is from Sigma Beauty. This is their Wicked Gel Eyeliner. I don't know if you'll be able to see it great on camera how much is down there. There is a little speck of the bottom of the pan in there too. There's eyeliner like all around it. Like this thing is so dirty. I just need to get a new one and just retire this one. It has been used so much. When I first got it, I was absolutely obsessed with it. I wasn't a big gel eyeliner fan until I tried this one from Sigma, and then I was completely sold. This eyeliner, we've been through a lot together. I didn't feel like I had a ton of lipsticks that looked like they've really been used. Like there's a ton that I really enjoy or I use a lot or are pretty much empty, but I was thinking for this tag I wanted to like kind of show the ones that you can tell, and I do a ton of lipstick videos. I recently did my top 10 nude liquid lipsticks. I've also recently done a top 5 best and worst lipstick video, so I'll leave those linked down below. But I talk about lipstick all the time because I'm such a lipstick junkie, so I was like, if I'm really gonna pull all of my favorite lipsticks, like we're gonna be here forever. So I wanted to pull the one that I felt like you could really tell has gotten some love. That one is the Bare It All from Wet n Wild. I don't know if you can tell from even just without me taking the cap off, like there is like lipstick everywhere. I used this so much. I still use it. And I have had this lipstick for a long time that like I should probably just throw it away because it's not looking too good. But here is what Bare It All looks like. It is a beautiful nude, and I bought this because Kathleen Lights recommended it in a dupes video once, and she said it was a dupe to MAC's Velvet Teddy, and I couldn't quite afford MAC yet, so I bought the $1.99, what is this even called, like the Icon lipstick or something like that from Wet n Wild. I'll try to find it and leave it listed down below, but she said Bare It All was a dupe, and I bought it, and I felt super cool because I did, and you can tell we've been through a lot together, but it's still honestly one of my favorite lipsticks. I reach for it all the time. It's a gorgeous nude. And then to wrap up the video, I wanted to talk about lashes because a lot of you know that I love false lashes. I've been wearing lashes for years. I mean, years and years and years. I love lashes. I wear them a lot. I don't have them on today. I'm actually testing out some new drugstore makeup. This should be the video that goes up tomorrow on Monday, I believe it will be. So I put all of this makeup on in the video, and now I'm just letting it kind of marinate and sit and see what happens so I can film my final thoughts on it. So I thought, why not film a video, be in front of my bright light, see how everything holds up. But I don't have lashes on because I'm testing out a new mascara, so that video will go up tomorrow. But normally you guys see me in lashes a lot, and I have 3 pairs here that have been used and abused, and I think that you can actually kind of tell with these. So the first pair is from Coco Lashes, and these are in the style Queen Bee. My lovely friend Kelly sent these to me, and I was so grateful because I've been wanting to try these for so long because the Luster Lux always raves about them. And I don't know if you can tell, if you'll be able to see on camera like how dirty the bands are. Like I need to get a new pair because I've basically destroyed these. Clean my lashes a lot. I do have a video on Instagram showing how I clean my lashes because I have been asked, but sometimes you just get to like the point of no return with lashes. Like you can't do anything more from them, and I think my Queen Bees are just about there. I wear them so much. I wear them to like more formal events. I wore them when I was a bridesmaid recently. I wear them to more casual events, like when I went to a baseball game the other night. I just love these lashes. The bands are kind of now stained with like eyeshadows. There's like a gold bronzy eyeshadow on there. I'm definitely gonna get a new pair of the Coco Queen Bees because I think they're amazing, and they're only like $7 or $8 or something like that. So that is awesome. But yes, these have been through some love. Another pair is from Huda Beauty. These are the Samantha lashes. This is not my first pair of Samantha lashes from Huda Beauty. I go through these quite a bit too. My last pair definitely got very abused because I actually went to put them on with a tweezer one day, and the tweezer snapped the lash in half. Like that's how like old and brittle they had gotten to be. Because I wore them so much. But again, these are kind of in the same shape, and I just washed these not too long ago. I washed them, usually when I wash my lashes I wash like a set, like, you know, I wash like 5 pairs or whatever at once. It's not really worth it to just do one. So I just washed these pretty recently, and you can already tell like the bands are just full of goop and eyeliner. It's always kind of hard to get the actual especially if you wear like glitter eyeshadows and things like that, it's really hard to get them off the lashes no matter how much you try to clean them and take care of them. But I try to reuse my lashes at least 20 times. At least 20 times. I try to reuse my lashes, if not more, usually more, but if I'm trying to be like super realistic of how often I can reuse my lashes, at least 20 times. And again, I'll have my video on Instagram linked down below. I just use water and coconut oil and clean them and things like that. But yeah, my Huda Samantha lashes, we've been through a lot together in a lot of pairs. And then my final pair, I feel like if you guys watch my channel, you're like, when are you gonna mention the Pure lashes? Because I wear Pure Cosmetics eyelashes all of the time. Their eyelashes are new to their line and they are bomb. I already replaced a pair and I just think that they're amazing. This pair that I pulled out though is Diva, because Diva's pretty much done. I think Diva's done, and I just washed these again not too long ago, but these have been washed probably 3 times maybe, I think I'd say. And you can't, I mean, you can't just continually wash and wash and wash lashes. At some point you do have to throw the lashes away. These have been washed so much, but look, it just sticks on my hand because it's so sticky from all of the eyelash glue that I use. The House of Lashes eyelash adhesive is super, super sticky, but it's also really, really long lasting, but they have to be officially retired, which I'm so sad about. But the Diva lashes, I need to replace these like ASAP because they are amazing. I wear them so very often, but these poor guys, these have definitely been used and abused by me. So that's gonna be everything for the used and abused makeup tag. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video or found it fun or helpful or informative in some way. Thank you to everyone who tagged me and asked me to do the tag as well. Like I said, I will have Nicole's original tag video listed down below also if you want to go check out her channel and watch her video if you haven't seen it yet. But I thought it was a really fun idea and kind of different from a favorites or an empties, but to show the items that we really like get into or the different reasons why we use and abuse them. You know, we travel with them or we just like to stick our fingernails in them, you know, things like that. So I hope that you guys found this video fun. I had a lot of fun making it and going through my collection and seeing what has definitely been used and abused by me. Let me know some comments down below. What are some of your makeup products that you think are used and abused in your collection? Also, let me know if there's any other makeup tag videos that you would want me to see or any ideas that you have for a makeup tag video that you haven't seen yet on YouTube that you would like to see. Let me know in the comments down below and I will definitely check those out. If you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys real soon in my next one. Bye!